What if the moment when Lewis Hamilton really found the key to Ferrari had already happened, and no one had noticed? No podium, no pole, just a modest 5th place in Bahrain. At first glance, a normal race, almost forgettable. But in reality, behind that result lies a turning point. A change of pace. A silent but devastating signal. The kind of moment that, looking back in a few months, we might call the beginning of rebirth. Hamilton, in his first season with the SF25, had a difficult start. Nobody denies it. Always behind Leclerc, far from the podium zone, with a car that seemed to speak a completely unknown language. But then came that second stint in Bahrain. Medium tires. Empty fuel. Clean air. And suddenly, Hamilton was no longer fighting the car, he was driving it. Smoothly. Precisely. Confidently. And his post-race words didn't go unnoticed. I finally felt in tune with the car. A short sentence. But a weighty one. Because Lewis Hamilton doesn't speak randomly. We are not talking about a coincidence. It is not just a good run. It is the first real moment in which the 7-time world champion has made peace with a car that, up to that point, had frustrated him. And do you know what is the most dangerous thing? When Hamilton understands a car, he does not simply drive it. He dominates it. It almost seems like a sporting parable, a man who has won everything, who has written legendary pages in Mercedes, forced to start over. To unlearn everything. To put aside his ego. And start from scratch. New brakes. New sensations under the foot. A completely different power delivery. Hamilton himself said, "I had to unlearn. Everything I knew didn't work anymore." And not all drivers would have the mental strength to admit that. But he does. Because Lewis is not there to protect his image. He is there to win again. And now, after 4 races without podiums, after a gap that seems enormous in the standings, Hamilton has found something. A breaking point. A connection. And Leclerc? He is still going faster in qualifying, sure. But Hamilton has started to close the gap, to speak the language of Ferrari. And as we know, when Lewis begins to understand a car, he doesn't stay behind for long. Martin Brundle, on Sky F1, said it clearly, Hamilton hasn't lost his talent. He's lost his familiarity with the car. And that's the thing, when the familiarity returns, the real Lewis comes back with it. Think about it for a second, 12 years of honing your instincts on a Mercedes. Then, overnight, a completely different car. It's not just changing teams. It's changing philosophy, DNA, identity. And that takes time. Patience. And most of all, humility. But now, in that second stint in Bahrain, we saw a glimpse of what Hamilton can become in red. And if that moment was indeed the turning point, then the grid needs to start worrying. Because when Lewis connects the dots, he doesn't just improve. He destroys. Don't forget how it went in the past years. When he finds the right feeling, he starts to build. 1 race, 2, then 3. And suddenly you see him there in front. Always. Constantly. Dominant. And now comes Saudi Arabia. A fast, technical track, where confidence counts. And if Hamilton feels the car in his hands, that could be where the new chapter begins. Yes, he is still 7th in the standings. Yes, the gap is wide. But those who know Hamilton know that numbers lie. It's the moment that counts. It's the feeling that makes the difference. And in Bahrain something changed. Ferrari, overall, showed positive signs. Leclerc remained solid, but Hamilton made the biggest step forward, not on the stopwatch, but mentally. The one that makes the difference between a good driver and a legend. And if this is indeed the evolution underway, we are not simply witnessing a comeback, we are watching the birth of a new Hamilton. In red. And guess what? If he can complete this transformation, he will not just be a returning champion. He will be a man who has destroyed everything that made him great, to build something even greater. So, remember this moment. Remember that second stint in Bahrain. Because we could be about to see the Lewis Hamilton legend rewritten, astride a Ferrari. If you liked this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Because if this season is about to change face, you will want to be the first to know. Thank you. See you next time.